And welcome back to Cats Me. Yeah, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for possibly our final time within this campaign, as we have finally come up to the man, not really the myth, but also kind of a legend, Acererak himself, as he has shown himself to us as our dear Sylveon finally got himself reclothed. So when we left off last week,
Actually, it takes like an hour to put on half plate.
oh Jesus! Well, Piccolo style, Sylveon is going to charge up for about 30 minutes to an hour, and the rest of us are just gonna get ready for him to drop his spirit bomb. So yeah, all right. But all right, everybody. When we left off last week, as I said, we met Acererak, and now we've rolled initiative, and it's time to kick some Acererak.
When we last left our heroes, Acererak just tried to steal the doctor's soul, but he did so unsuccessfully. Starting at the top of the round for what could very well be the final combat of this campaign is Casimir.
All right, so to begin with, we're going to use freedom of movement. So go chuck that on, then move over to the side, and then use our Hex Blades Hex on Acererak.
Can you post the literature?
Sure. Let's see. There it is.
Alrighty.
And then just move right back here. And that's the end of my turn.
Alright, I believe the group voted they want me to cast Silence. So the doctor is going to cast Silence centered on the back wall of the Mithril Vault, meaning that the silence will extend to the door.
Okay.
That brings it to Syrup, who is currently still possessed. I mean, Syrup is going to try and bite Sylveon.
Okay.
How's a 12?
It does not.
You know you don't have your armor, right?
I can prestidigitate it on.
No. No, you can't.
No? Ugh. Then, if I don't have that on, hang on. I actually
Takes
don't
some
know
time
what
to
my-
put on half plate.
Uncheck. I can at least have a shield, right? Because that's just 2 straps.
If you picked it up, did you pick up
did.
your shield?
Yeah. Yeah, I picked up all of my stuff. That's why he became a corporeal being, or at least his skull did.
No. He became a corporeal being because when you tried to grab your stuff, the ghost formed and that took a hold of Syrup, who knocked the skull over, which animated the skull.
Got it. So Syrup is possessed at the moment.
Syrup is possessed.
My armor class is 15.
Alright, then yeah, that's definitely a miss. That brings it to the Siren.
Isn't her whole thing like making sound and she's now silent?
Hello, darkness, my old
No.
friend.
She can do other things.
She's a friend of Acererak's. We've been bamboozled.
She's going to try to use her stupefying touch.
Oh my god. Jesus.
but it doesn't work.
Darn.
The clay golem is not going to be able to move down this hallway effectively, so the clay golem is just going to sit there, and that brings it to Lombard.
Lombard's gonna rage, but you can't hear it. So it's gonna be kind of like you're gonna see his face turn really red, and he's gonna be yelling and stuff like that, but you're gonna hear absolutely nothing. That is gonna activate that Path of Wild Magic. Please be a 2. It's a 6. That's supposed to be a 1d8, but I'll take a 6 if that's fine with you.
Roll a d8, please.
Okay. Please be a 2. Damn it, it's a 4. Magic infuses one weapon of my choice that I'm holding, and until my rage ends, the weapon damage type changes to force, and it gains the light and thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. That is going to be the Golden Stein. If the weapon leaves my hand, the weapon reappears in my hand at the end of the current turn. So, I'm raged. The golden
deal force damage.
And I deal force damage, and I can throw them all. So that's fun. So I'm going to do that.
If you do that, you're only going to get one attack.
Oh, you're right. That's a good point, because it comes back at the
doesn't
end of the
return.
current turn. That's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe. Can I move through these guys?
Yeah.
Is that cool? To that back corner? Cool. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to smack the shit out of Acererak. It's been a year and a half since I've...
Stir up a hostile.
Yeah, but I won't.
Technically, right now, Syrup is a hostile.
But I won't take attack of opportunity because I'm inside there. I'm inside that 5-foot range.
But he's dog sized, so you could hop over him.
Oh yeah, I just kick it.
No, he's going to move through your square.
Oh, okay, that works too. Either way, swing a ding ding dong. That's a 19 to hit him.
That is a miss.
I figured so. Let's try it again. 33. That's a
How about a
fucking
crit?
crit, baby. Let's fucking go. Okay. So that's gonna be not as much as I'd like it to be, but it's fine. 9 plus 7 is 16 force damage.
24, plus your rage damage.
Plus the rage damage, it would be plus 6. I don't get extra rage damage, do I? Or the extra Genie's Wrath? That doesn't come.
Genie's Wrath, you get rage damage. That's a basic barbarian class feature.
Oh, okay. Well, that's saying the crit is plus 2, is why. Because it's a plus. It's saying the Genie's Wrath is a 6, and then there's another crit too. But I don't think the crit damage gets added to the Genie's Wrath, does it? It just gets added to the original damage.
Crit just makes you double all the dice that you roll for the damage.
Okay, I see.
Rage damage is... What's your barbarian level?
9.
So you get plus 3 points of rage damage on top of that.
Oh, right. But I'm asking about the
I'm not
this
sure.
this crit 2 that's on the Genie's Wrath though. Because I thought that just goes with the original damage, not with the Genie's Wrath.
So when you roll a critical, you always roll all of the damage dice twice, whatever they are. It doesn't
Oh,
matter
okay.
if it's smite
Okay,
or
so in that
attack.
yeah, okay, so in that case it's 16 plus 8 plus 3, so 27.
27.
And that's the bludgeoning's force damage. Oh yeah, it's all force damage, and then do we still have the radiant damage as well to add in, because I've been feeding it money? Well, I've been feeding it money.
Okay, then that'll be an extra 2d6 radiant.
Ah. 3. I didn't.
An even 30 points.
Fantastic. All right, and I'm gonna
Okay.
sit my ass right here.
You really smacked the shit out of Acererak right now, so I'm gonna need you to narrate how that crit goes.
Oh shit.
Please
Okay.
throw in,
He's so he's like a
the
floating
Demilich
skull, right?
Yeah, the Demilich skull has a bunch of gems, like for eyes and in the sockets across the forehead and all that.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna need you to narrate some of those falling out.
Yeah, so Lombard Goldstein runs. He goes rage, but of course it's all silent as cast, so you can't hear anything. So you just see this large man, and his adamantine armor with this massive fucking maul, just fucking fucking booking it down this hallway. And then he just swings, and he misses that first one. But he's got that follow-up, and he swings upwards, and he throws the skull, and it smacks into the fucking ceiling, knocking some of his teeth out. One of the gems in his eyes comes loose, so it's hanging. It's not quite out, but it's loose. It's not quite in the socket anymore. It's being held in space, but his teeth are missing. He looks like a country blumpkin with some gem eyes now. He looks a little bit mangled. His jaw's kind of hanging open, but he's still there. He's still there. He'd scream, but who's going to hear him?
I like how it was a country blumpkin and not a country bumpkin.
Yeah, Blumpkin, because, this idiot messed with the wrong guys.
Oof. Sad, rusty trombone sound.
All right, and that's it. Lombard just stands there.
Okay, that brings it around to Acererak. Oh, fuck. I forgot. At the doctor's turn, actually. At the doctor's turn, what would have happened is he was going to use his lair action to cast Null Field on the doctor, which would have disallowed him from casting the silence.
Okay.
Well, then in that case, everything was done while Lombard was yelling like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
We heard
I'm
everything.
going to refund my spell slot. Silence actually never happened. And that means, now that everybody can hear him on his turn, what Acererak is going to do is howl. I need everybody, except the Doctor, Ninja Meows, and the Clay Golem, because they're more than 30 feet, to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I give everyone the help action.
Wow, everybody passed. But everyone is still frightened.
Okay.
The Demi-Lich Skull throws itself backwards, and now facing upward at the ceiling, looking at the region that he just dented on the inside of the mithril vault. He yells a resounding, horrible, blood-curdling scream. And everyone is now terrified. And that brings it to Sylveon.
So, Sylveon is going to... I think he's going to stay where he is. And use the Hex action
That's a bonus action to cast
to
Hex.
hex this guy. A bonus action
To cast the Hex spell.
hex to cast the hex spell. I'm just trying to find where it is. Here it is. Hexblade's Curse. So
That's different.
okay, what does that do then? Once per short rest as a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet to curse it for 1 minute until the target dies. Against the cursed target, you gain a +6 bonus to damage rolls. So
Yeah, equal
it
to
just
your
had a
proficiency
thing for
bonus.
VTT. That's, I guess, why it... Okay.
Hexblade's Curse
Anyway,
is different
so
from Hex.
he's now hexed.
No, he's cursed.
So he has Hexblade's Curse. So he probably
Yes,
won't
that.
keep that, right? Because he's immune to most curses. Fuck.
That's what you wanted to do.
There we go.
Yes. Then I
All
will
right.
also actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to Expeditious Retreat as my
I believe that's also a bonus action. No, that's an
thing,
action
so I can
cast.
get out and get it range. Yep.
No, that's a bonus action, so you can't do them both.
And oh. All right, well then I will expeditious retreat, and my action will be the disengage action, so I can get some range.
So you're not using Hexblade's Curse then?
Nope. I really can't yet. But now I have the dash action. So,
No, you
I
have
will
the
move
disengage
to-
action.
The disengage action.
It's too many
But,
D's.
so there. That's where I will stop. And I
Okay.
guess that ends. But that gives the melee people room to get into melee.
Some of them at least. In response to that, Acererak is going to use his legendary action to cast a Vile Curse on Lombard. Lombard, I need a Wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh, I'm not good at those. Uh-oh.
You have disadvantage on all attack rolls and saving throws.
Oh, I already had a disadvantage on attack rolls.
On
Okay,
attack rolls,
that's
but
fine.
not saving throws.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's not great.
Costs 3 actions?
3 of his legendary actions.
Oh, that makes
The
sense.
legendary action.
Yeah,
He did that
that-
in response to Sylveon's turn ending.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Actually, Mao's not going to move over there. Mao is going to first grab Syrup by the collar, or at least try to.
Bad boy.
Let's see, so that's 10, 20. What's Mao's movement? It's only 30.
Yeah, I think it's 30.
Mao is then going to reposition himself in between Acererak and Syrup.
And I'll move forward if he's frightened.
Oh,
Yes.
Mao cannot move forward.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. And that brings it back to the top of the round and Casimir.
So as I understand it, I can't move forward because frightened. And there's no save against that, right?
There is, you get to make a save at the end of your turn. What does it say? Where's Howl? No, until the end of its next turn. There is no. Okay.
Oh, okay. You're just frightened until the end of this turn.
Well, I can't move forward, so I guess I'll just kind of stand here, panicking quietly, and yeah, that'll be it for me. On to the doctor.
Okay. Now Nullfield says moving with it until initiative count 20, excuse me, on the next round, which is also serendipitously when his turn starts.
That's a good thing.
So now the doctor is going to cast silence against the back wall, and everything inside the room is going to go quiet.
Okay.
And that's going to bring it to Syrup again. Oh, hold on, I gotta look at the... Because Syrup is supposed to be able to make a saving throw against the possession.
Syrup's stats should be correct.
The possession lasts until the body drops to 0 hit points. The ghost ends it as a bonus action, or the ghost is turned or forced out. So there is no saving throw.
Wow.
We just
I mean,
gotta
Syrup is
beat it out of him.
Syrup is just gonna try and bite Mao.
That's.
How about a 27?
Unfortunately, I think that's gonna hit.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
9 slashing.
Syrup.
Okay, that brings it to the Siren, who's going to try the Stupefying Touch again because they have kind of limited options. And it
Close.
doesn't work. The Clay Golem is again not going to do anything, and that brings it to Lombard.
Swing a ding
Actually,
dong.
whoa, hold on.
What's up? Do I have double? Do I have double disadvantage because it's frightened and? Well, actually, no. The frightened's gone actually now. But
Disadvantage does not stack.
okay.
So, in response to the Clay Golem ending its turn, Acererak is going to use another one of his legendary actions to Energy Drain.
Okay. Constitution.
Because
Dong.
Acerek's kind of like on that in-between square, I'm going to include Sylveon in its area of effect. Fuck, where'd it go? Yeah, this effect goes around
As
corners,
a
doesn't
reaction, can I counterspell that?
it? It is not a spell, so no. I'll
Yeah.
roll for Mao and Syrup. What is that, a Wisdom save?
Yeah, it's a Constitution save.
Constitution.
DC 15.
Syrup's maximum hit points are reduced by 9. That does not heal Acererak, does it?
It does not.
Okay, then that brings it now to Acerek's actual turn.
Does it? I haven't gone yet.
Oh, sorry, yeah, we skipped Lombard.
I gotta swing. With disadvantage, because I'd be frightened, but it's fine. It's a 15
15 does not.
and a nat 1. That's because I rolled a nat 20 on my Constitution save.
So I think what happens there is Lombard just kind of closes his eyes and goes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's scary now. But you don't hear anything because of the silence. But I'm still gonna stand my ass right here. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like a scary disco ball. You guys don't remember disco, do you?
My mother does quite fondly.
Get on
Okay.
my lawn.
I think I forgot to use the mythic action on initiative count 20. Whoops.
BBEGs are always the hardest fights to do as a DM, dude. There's so much to keep track of.
You know, that's normally not an issue for me. I'm all fucked
I'm-
up right now because of my stupid allergies.
I mean, that's fair, but I had such a hard time doing anything and also running the stream back in the first time we fought him back in the Tomb of the Nine Gods. That was... Whew! So I get it.
This is our world.
Yeah, dude. Truly, madly, deeply.
Alright, well, the howl's recharged, but everybody inside the room is not going to be affected by it. But that still means Mao, Casimir, and Sylveon are going to have to roll Constitution saving throws. The Siren and Lombard Goldstein cannot
Was this before
hear
the silence?
the howl.
Oh, yeah, because the silence. That makes sense.
Well, then, I mean, it's simple physics that if it's silence in the room.
Oh, yeah.
then it's
'cause
silence
If he
outside
if
of
he
it.
howls in the silence, would it be able to travel outside of it?
It's still pushing the airwaves.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a. It is it's
But
It
silence.
magic.
does not
It's
dampen the
very-
sound. It does not remove the kinetic energy.
We just can't hear it. It just hurts your ears now.
You can't hear it if you're inside the tomb.
I want to see the D&D court on that. All right, let's do.
Oh,
We're
Fuck.
taking it to the Supreme, baby. Mal's gone.
Mal
Well-
drops to 0 hit points.
Uh-oh.
Sylveon, I need a Constitution saving throw,
What?
please.
Yeah. I did not do well.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Sylveon, you also dropped to 0 hit points.
Uh-oh.
I didn't have my thing. Unbelievable. All right. Well,
Shit's getting real, y'all. You're not dead yet. You're just at 0 hit points. You're right next to the doctor. You're in the best position you could be.
I do have as a reaction so I have a feature that actually prevents this called Strength of the Grave, which I can leverage.
It may or may not work, but let's see. Make a Charisma saving throw.
DC 5 plus the damage taken.
So the damage taken is 138 points. It's not. There's no roll that you can make where that would be possible.
Does a 22 do it?
All right. Well, is it massive damage? Am I dead?
No, you're not dead. You're
No,
just down to
drop,
0.
Drop to 0 hit points is what it says.
Unconscious.
Okie doke.
So that means, Sylveon, on your turn, I need you to roll me a death save.
It's been a long time since I've heard those words.
Yeah.
How do you roll?
That's just a straight d20.
Oh, okay.
10 or above, and it's a
No,
success.
I was
below
looking
that.
on.
I was looking on D&D Beyond too. I was like, where's death saves?
I think there is a death save button.
I think
That's not good.
it's somewhere.
No, that's one
There it is,
fail.
I found it. I didn't click it properly.
It's a misclick.
Where is it on the character sheet?
Around the health.
Right in between. So if you click on death saves when you're at 0 health, it changes.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Right in
yeah.
the
It gives
corner,
you...
death saves.
Yeah, it gives you a death saves button once you're
And
at
then
0.
if you click on it, you get a little management console, and right in the middle is a little Roll20 icon. Andrew,
I
what?
see. So how do I roll the actual death save?
If I can what? Yeah. Hey guys, I'll
There
be
we
right
go.
back.
No worries.
I mean,
Mao also fails one.
Okay. Shit's real,
All right.
homie.
And that brings it back to the top of the round, and Casimir.
Okay, let's see. That's 10. Okay, yeah, that's doable. Oh yeah, no, that's cool. Gonna say, does that make Mao, what's it called? Uneven ground or whatever, but no, because I've got freedom of movement. That's a straight 30 to get there. And yeah, time to go for a good old booming blade. About
Does
time.
Booming Blade have a verbal component?
Let's see. I clicked on the wrong thing. Booming blade. Somatic and material.
Oh,
So no
hell yeah.
verbal.
Perfect. Thank God.
All right. Ah, I see. This is
All right,
Lombard,
well,
apparently not.
Lombard chilling. Eat him, but you can't hear it because of the silence.
Apparently didn't sign into D&D Beyond, so
Oops.
quickly have to do that.
Yeah, they just updated. I got a notification about it when I signed in today.
Now I have to go get my phone to do the two-step.
Oh no! He's charging up.
He's heating up.
Goku, I need you to hold him off while I charge the... I don't know, I'm just thinking about Piccolo a lot recently.
Quick, get Goten and Trunks into the hyperbolic time chamber.
Okay. That was a bit unexpected, but we're back. Let's see.
That's a
22 to hit. Yeah, boy. All right, that is 28 plus There it is.
Whew. 13 thunder and 15 if he moves. Tasty.
That is neat. And let's see. I
So
haven't
the blow
used my
doesn't
bonus
quite hit
action.
as hard as you would think. The actual stab glances a bit, but the thunder damage seems to have knocked it about, knocked some teeth loose.
That eye's
Okay,
real
I'll take
loose.
that.
Yeah, that I definitely
That's it for
fell out.
me.
Okay, so the doctor has two very unconscious party members in front of him here. Now I can't use anything that's concentration if I want to keep silence. You know, this might be worth doing. I'm gonna use my boon of what the fuck ever you call it, spell recall, to cast this. There we go. So Sylveon and Mao are up to full.
Yep. Yep. They sure are. Good lord.
Sylveon, you're back up to full.
How dead am I still?
Completely undead.
What?
You've just
How
been
dead?
mass healed.
What?
Yeah, you're up to full hit points.
Awesome.
Tomb of Horrors healthcare system's better than you thought.
You know what? I'm gonna go away again. Something good happened when I come back.
All right, and then I think that's all the doctor
I
is going
demand
to do
euphoria.
at present, which means, in response to that, the Demi-Lich Acererak is going to invoke a Tomb Shock. I need everybody who's standing on the floor, which is everybody except Ninja Meows and the doctor, to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god. I was like, there's no way. There's no way I was gonna pass that. Tasty.
Damn it.
Sylveon falls over,
Oh.
and so does Syrup. Let's see about the Siren. Not that it matters. The Siren falls over. And why not? Let's see if the Clay Golem falls over. The Clay Golem definitely falls over. So Mao passed, right?
Done.
And everybody else, and
Lombard, Casimir, and Mao passed. And then everybody else seems to fail. Yeah, they failed.
all right. And that's
Just-
going to bring it to, in response to the round ending, let's see. Yeah. The Demi-Lich Acererak is going to invoke a Vile Curse on Casimir. I need a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's about right.
That brings it to Syrup, who is going to stand up first, and then try to bite Mao again.
Oh, that would have been bad if Mao was still at
Missed.
0.
That brings it to the Siren, who's also going to stand up. And try to Stupefying Touch. God damn it. But Acererak is again unaffected. We're gonna
Good
gloss over the
lord.
Clay Golem, Lombard
And
Goldstein.
even
Alright, swing a ding dong. That's a 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Hey! So that's going to be 20 force damage.
Isn't that 23?
23 force damage because of rage. Yes, 23. And then we're going to swing again.
No, you won't.
Why?
Because when you smack it this time,
Oh.
the skull splits and shatters.
No fucking shot.
The fact that you got force damage was very fortunate. Because
No
it was
fucking...
resistant
Did
to the
Lombard...
damage from-
No, Ken. Did Lombard just kill Acererak?
Sort of.
Okay. I was about to run. I was about to like get up out this fucking chair,
That was
bro.
a dog looking.
I was-
But to answer your question, yes, combat is over.
Holy shit.
But how's the dog looking?
What the dog doing? He's gone
The
now.
dog is
'Cause he's no longer
shaking it off now.
Yeah, he's no longer possessed because the ghost has been ousted.
Okay.
So you smack
Oh,
the
dear.
demi-lich skull this time, and a bunch of bone and bits of gemstone go flying up against the wall, along with a splatter of coins.
That seemed too easy. I won't lie.
What's wrong?
I know we're
Yeah,
very strong. I know we got very strong since the last time we
I
saw that
died.
man. You did not
Well-
die. You just went to sleep for a second. You're fine. You're
Did
fine.
knock two of you down to what do you call it?
I mean, true. Like, I mean, if we had failed, if some more of us had failed that save, and like if Lombard was down to 0, Casimir would have been able to handle that. But like if Lombard and Casimir had also failed that, that would have sucked.
I mean,
Nope. we
it
have not
wouldn't
gone
have
back
really,
into the
because
room
that
with the
spell
vampire.
heals for 700.
I mean, true. I mean, yeah, we would have been fine after the next turn. It's just, you know, Occam's razor.
Aren't we the least bit concerned that this isn't over?
I mean, we don't know
Well-
that. As far as I know, I just smashed the shit out of Acererak, and
Yeah, and
Money
you sent
came
a
out.
splatter of bone and gem dust against the wall betwixt a mess of coins.
as he deserved. Is there a cloud of dust forming again? 'Cause
There's not.
Oh.
There's no cloud of dust forming.
I'm putting my armor on.
Okay, that's gonna take a while. That's gonna take like
Finding the time now to put my armor on.
10
Well,
to
if we have
15 minutes or
time,
something. I
Then I'm
forget.
going to take it.
Yes, Cillian's like, no, I'll
Remember,
wait.
I can press and digitate the tough things.
I'll
Like,
s-
I can hold the pieces up and like they'll strap themselves and everything.
We
So
should just
half plate takes 4 minutes and can only be donned with help.
I mean, I'm down to help him if it's only a couple of minutes.
Okay. So while that's going on, what are the rest of us doing?
Wow.
Here you go, Sylveon.
Limit of our friendship.
Well,
We have 2 minutes of help.
I mean, I'm a capitalist, Sylveon. What can I say?
You kill Acererak and all of a sudden you are a big man. Huh?
Listen, I'm not the one who needs help with his armor right now.
At that point, the doctor's going to release concentration on the
It's the
silent
left
spell.
sleeve is too tight.
While you guys are busy playing bridesmaid over
That's
there.
You look gorgeous, honey.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning, darling.
So looking at the skull here with the true
I
sight,
deserve to wear white.
does it still have magic in it? And the gems?
The gems are all shattered. The skull is completely unrecognizable. It is now a pile of bone dust. However, there is one gem that remains. Most of the gems were red or like clear like diamonds. One of them that you didn't see before is small and green, and it continues to pulsate and swirl about with energy.
I will stab that one.
Phylactery. That's
It
phylactery.
glances.
It glances?
It glances
If only
off.
we had a giant hammer-like thing.
Hey, Casimir, what was that thing you just stabbed at? What was that?
That was a glowing
That's the
gem.
phylactery.
Hey, Sylveon, do you think maybe you could get like the golem or something? I think my hammer's needed somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, my friend, my large and moldable friend, if you could. Could you crush this?
He tries, he puts it on the ground and smashes his fist into it a couple of times, and it just makes divots in his hand.
All right, I'll try to smack it with the hammer.
So that
Force
means
hammer.
we're waiting the 4 minutes for this to occur.
Oh well, as soon as I saw Casimir doing that, I was
Alright,
like,
get on
I was
one.
like, Sylveon, get somebody else to help you. I need to try to smash this with a hammer. So however much time
Okay.
it was for
Siren,
Casimir to
Then-
take a look
then
at
Mal
it.
will do that because Casimir looking at it took about 6 seconds.
Okay, yeah. So I pretty much walked away after like 30 seconds. Sorry, Sylveon. It's just, you know.
I'm not dressed. What are you? Oh no, we have combat again.
All right. While you guys are figuring out what to do, I gotta excuse myself for 60 seconds. I'll be right back.
No worries. Okay, guys. This is what we do. This is the cheat code. It's up, up,
Alright,
down,
this is
down,
what
left,
we're
right, BA start. And then we just win. All your base will belong to us. And then we've done it. And then we've won.
Humor's gotten no better today.
Oh, it has. I just haven't. it's a me thing.
Those are the same joke.
Yeah, humor has evolved. I haven't.
Does
I mean,
anyone know
I
if
don't-
planar shift works on objects?
I have no idea, but obviously we have to do something more magical than what we're doing in order to actually break this thing.
I mean, I have that scroll still from when we went to Moyle. I could
Do we
plane
still
shift
have-
it to somewhere?
Do we still have the
Really?
wish?
We
I
no,
have
we
it as a
used the
spell.
wish, didn't we?
Do we have access? Don't we have access to a wish though?
Use the genie's
Doesn't
wish.
we have somebody? We have yeah, like either I can
The
use a
doctor?
wish or
We
the
have
doctor
two.
has a wish, or both of
Doctor.
us.
Doctor and I can do wish. I actually have wish as a
How
level
can you
9
do?
spell.
How? Ah, because you're a
I'm a
sorcerer, right?
sorcerer. I'm a level.
Ah,
Can
I'm a level 2 warlock.
does wish let
a
you?
level 17 sorcerer.
Does wish let you destroy? Can
I
you just
pretend to
can
be
you
a
can you
warlock.
destroy the thing with a wish spell?
You may be able to
it's
figure
not.
out what the mechanism by which to destroy it is
Okay,
with a wish spell.
because it seems that we might have like 3 within our economy right now. Because I think the doctor has one, the Lombard has one through the genie, and Sylveon apparently has wish.
No, Keshma Al-Wazir used hers
Okay,
in
so
order to mend the what do you call it?
right,
Yeah,
so we
or the
used
third one?
so we used mine, but Sylveon apparently has wish.
The Codex of Infinite Planes.
So you took the wish
Yeah.
spell, Sylveon?
Sorcerer thing. I don't know. Well, I figured,
I
never
mean,
know.
it's
all out.
quite OP.
Who knows? I also took Time Stop, not because of the movie, but because chronomancy is the most powerful magic. To quote Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Can't disagree. Well, I mean, it's
Well,
probably
you guys
useful
are-
then
I
to.
mean, we can line up
debating
a
all of
lot
this.
of shit on
The
Acererak
doctor
movie.
says, "Hey, you know what? There's a pile of loot here
Oh, you
too."
don't understand. That's why I studied these spells.
I mean,
Yeah, loot, great.
I'm interested. I'm interested as a multimillionaire. I
Well,
am still
you're
interested in
interested.
this loot. However, this thing was inside of Acererak. Also, Doctor, we have some conversations to have because we've just learned some information about you before this fight, Mister Sir.
What's that?
The thing about how you were once a servant of Acererak himself. Don't think I didn't hear
Talked
that,
about
young
this
man.
already.
Did we have like a whole conversation about it though?
We did. I told you when we hit level 19 that I took my last level in Warlock, and
You took
I
the-
joined the cult of the Devourer.
Oh, you're
just
right.
So I could see whether or not
I may
Acererak
have-
was
I may have
gone, if I'd lose the power.
I may have conveniently forgotten literally all of that. Actually, I'm gonna
lose
be
the
honest
boon.
with you.
Have we lost the boon?
What boon?
No, we
Which
haven't
boon?
lost those
The
bones.
supernatural boon that you get from being in the cult so that you would know whether he was.
That
truly
was
gone
not
or
from
not.
the cult.
Oh, right.
Oh.
That was a gift from the gods and Sibin Seni, the mother of prosperity.
Ah.
Like the whole city of Nyanzaru, prayed for us to get that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that's happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like, frankly, like,
Called an epic campaign.
what
Why
is
are
it?
the potholes then? They can come together for this one thing, but they can't fix the streets.
Well, what is an Omu? Anyways, so, so we've got all this loot, but I mean, this thing was inside of him, and it's pulsing with power. I mean, we might want to.
Yeah,
We might need to figure out what this is.
Yeah, we're gonna try and figure out what
If
that
it
is.
a
That's
phylactery,
obviously
those
Acerak's
trap
phylactery.
stores.
I mean, for sure, but
So before we mess with that, maybe we ought to loot this place first.
well, all right. Maybe there is like a screwdriver or something maybe it's just like a Phillips head or something that's inside one of these
I somehow
walls.
doubt that, but once we destroy this thing, there may be disastrous consequences, and we probably won't have time to loot it afterwards.
I was half expecting
Yeah,
you to be
so-
like, I'm afraid not. It's actually a flathead, but
It's a particularly evil
a
city
Robert's
that we can destroy.
it's like a
I'll use this bag of holding
go
that I
like-
have and just start scooping. And you're like,
Don't you want to
Well,
know what's
alright.
there first before you start scooping shit?
yeah. I'd like
what
to.
does it matter?
I'd like to
What
know
does it
what's
really
there,
matter
actually.
at this point. Well, I'm starting to scoop. If you're interested, I guess it's time to start looking around.
All right. So while you have to know what you're scooping before you could scoop anything.
I just aimed at the pile, just the general mass of it, just like I'm trying to empty a sinking boat, you know? Just.
Oh, we got the boat back too. The folding boat. Oh,
Yeah.
thank fuck.
So Sylveon's folding boat is there along with the rest of his gear.
And our money. Maybe don't unfold the boat. Actually, it might be a bit large.
Also in the treasure hoard are as follows.
It has multiple modes.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right.
Children, are you quite finished?
No. But nonetheless, what's in this treasure
Grounded.
hoard? No, I don't want it.
There are 97 small gems that appear to be worth about 10 gold pieces each. There are 3 incredibly huge gems. 1 peridot worth about 10,000 gold, 1 ginormous purely cut emerald worth 50,000 gold, and 1 even larger black opal worth 100,000 gold. There are 4 weapons that radiate magic. A rapier, a longsword, an axe, and a spear. All of you motherfuckers have crazy, badass, powerful magic weapons, so I'm taking the rapier.
Okay.
There are 12 potions, 6 scrolls, a ring, a rod, a staff, a bottle, a figurine shaped like a fly, and a pair of gauntlets.
Figurine shaped like a fly?
I am particularly, I'm interested in the figurine shaped like the fly because I would often see the flies as they feasted upon my body parts as Raznizi would vivisect me.
Oh, they just feasted on me as I was walking through the forest. I don't even think they were sent.
Yeah, you just get some off. It's fine.
I wish they didn't have any in Omu. They didn't have any in Nyanzaru. They were all out.
But off, come on.
All right. Well.
So I doubt very
feel like
much
I
we're
need-
going to want to sit around and take an
Yeah.
hour to try to identify all these things.
Yeah.
So, just to sort of
Scoop
kind of
and-
save time
and
because
fruit.
we're going to be identifying these anyway sooner or later and, decide who's going to get them.
Right.
One at a time, the rapier is a defender. The weapons, I'm not going to say because you're going to have to pick them up and mess with them yourself. That's the one thing.
Okay.
The other 3 weapons is a longsword, an axe, and a spear. The other ones, there are 10 potions of supreme healing, so we each get 2.
Fuck yeah, dude.
There are 2 potions of cloud giant strength.
Wow.
I'm assuming 1 for Mao and 1 for Lombard. There's a scroll of dominate person, a scroll of enervation, a scroll of wall of fire, a scroll of summon elemental, a scroll of polymorph, and a scroll of fireball. Because Acererak is a wizard, so it only has wizard scrolls.
Could you repeat
There's a
which
ring
giant
of
which strength that was?
regeneration.
Sorry.
Cloud
Cloud?
giant. I think that
Okay.
gives you the equivalent of like a 28 strength or something.
Holy shit.
Where was I?
Sorry about that.
There's a ring of regeneration, which we may need before too long. There's a rod of lordly might, a staff of power, an Ifriti bottle, Gauntlets of Flaming Fury, and a figurine of wondrous power, the Ebony Fly. Now, the way that I figured the Ebony Fly, I can just re-summon Ninja Meows to make him into a fucking Pegasus or whatever, and gain flight. Lombard, Casimir can already fly. Sylveon, you can cast spells to make you fly, right? Do you have fly?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so then on top of that, that leaves Mao without flight. So this would allow Mao to mount the Ebony Fly and fly.
Mao gets to fly, for sure. Oh,
That's
show.
what I figured. Even though we may never see Mao again, we'll see.
Nah, fair
A
enough.
giant fly for 12 hours and ridden as a mount.
It's kind of sick, to be honest with you.
It is cool.
Okay, there are also still a
rod
longsword, an
power?
axe, and a spear. Who wants to grab those?
I don't know if I need any of them.
Our swordsman should grab the sword. Casimir, of course, you are
Okay.
the best swordsman among us. Would you like the sword to see what it is capable of doing?
I
It
thought you
is
meant Mao. Mao is a
unfortunately-
swordsman. You can't do
It's
sneak
not quite
attack
my
with that.
style.
Oh, right, Mao as
It's
well.
not finesse. So how about Mao takes the longsword? That means we've got an axe and a spear.
Well, who thinks they'd be better with what? Are either of those? Is the spear a finesse weapon?
Spear is not finesse.
So yeah, I don't. I mean,
This would decorate my wall, perhaps, but I would not see myself using them in combat.
yeah. To be fair, I'll probably end up just selling whatever. Sylvia, which one of these would you want? Would you rather have the axe or the spear?
I mean, you can throw a spear, I suppose.
You can throw an axe.
Yes, I will take the spear, I guess.
You'll take the spear. I'll take the axe.
I can throw an axe. It is smaller. All right, I'll take the spear. You take the axe. This
Okay.
way, I can have it with the shield and look like, you know. Does it start talking to me?
It does not. But you feel like you don't want to put it down now that you've grabbed it.
Sounds about right.
Always a good sign.
Yeah.
Guys,
Okay. And that's the contents of the treasure hoard.
Okay.
Well, I'll just continue scooping the treasure up, all that which wasn't so noticeable. And yeah, I don't know how full this bag of holding is, but I imagine it's pretty hefty now.
I think the gems probably don't weigh that much. It's not like a mound of coins.
That's also true.
Yeah, I mean with that black
this bag of
opal,
holding
it's
and this other bag of holding and double the size.
yeah. This bag of holding's
I'll
a bag of
also
holding.
You know what
scoop
happens if you
up-
put a bag of holding in a bag of holding?
You divide by 0 and you end the world.
Yeah, it's like a
portal to the astral
explosive
plane, astral
event.
sea.
It's like what
happened.
It's like what happens when we break open this phylactery.
Maybe.
I'm gonna scoop up all of Acerak's bone
Dust?
dust and yeah.
Turn it into
I've got
soup.
his
Doctor
robes.
says don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. As a matter of fact, don't even touch that shit.
Why?
Do you really want to invite that
Leave it
kind of
lying
fucking
around. What if
curse?
somebody comes in here.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. We could turn it into a very nice bone broth once we know that the threat's gone.
I don't want to drink that shit.
Could we banish the dust to some other plane of existence and curse somebody else with it?
I'm
Or
looking
would
at
just
it. It's not a
become
magical.
power for
I
them?
can see. You don't have to worry. Like I can see. There's no magic in here. That is correct, right? There's no
but-
magic, yeah?
There
A
isn't, only in the
non-magical
gem.
thing that
But
almost killed
that
me.
shit has such a fucking evil legacy. Do you really want to take that chance?
Yes.
Don't mess with it. Just leave it. I swear to God, I'll shoot holes in that bag of holding.
All right. You know, it's just like okay, have the skull, have the robes. I could make my own museum almost of Acerak.
We'll tell the janitors to hold on
be
to
like,
this pile of dust when they
That
get done with
sounds
it.
like the kind of place where Acerak may just come back into being.
Wouldn't it be great to know where he comes back into being?
We don't want him to come back into being. That's the whole point of us destroying this big old... Well, not this big old. This tiny little pearl thing.
Well, exactly. You know, we have a great plan to kill him anyway. You know, just destroy this
spread
thing.
it among
Let's
the
just.
ocean or something
It ain't.
and,
It's not gonna go anywhere. There's no
burn the
breeze
ocean?
here, so we'll just leave it here until that thing's destroyed, and then once we know that there's no chance that that bone can become anything else, then we'll let you have the bone.
Yeah, you can come back for it
Rearm the traps and put a warning
like a
sign.
century from now.
Oh, it's got a
Never lived
half-life.
that long.
Okay.
Ah, you know what? If there is a curse, I've been cursed plenty of times, and I've,
Yeah, and
come out fine.
what if I'm not around when it happens next time?
Well, the great thing is, you're around now, so if the worst were to occur, doctor's right there.
Speaking of curses, have you guys seen this super cool spear that I no longer can put down?
Oh. Is it stuck to your hand? Maybe it's just some Elmer's glue?
You can put it down, but you can't make it leave your
No.
inventory. You can like strap it to your back.
It's got like cursive binding on it. It's like Minecraft. Okay. Well,
I throw it towards a wall just to see what happens.
Okay, you throw it towards the wall, but you immediately go to pick it up.
And I throw it.
oh, it doesn't return to him? Darn.
No.
Kind of a bummer. That'd have been sick. I didn't get to throw my hammer at Acererak. I'm a little disappointed by that.
I now have a spear forever.
No, I can cast Greater Restoration and remove the curse.
Oh yeah, that is true. But who wants to do that? Before we do anything else, though, we should maybe
cool things?
we should maybe get back. Well, maybe we should figure out what we do with this phylactery, because I mean, the longer it's sitting there, the more chance Acererak has to figure out what to do about it.
The doctor just sits there with his arms folded.
Okay, well, Mr. Folded Arms, what are those folded arms gonna do to break this phylactery, sir? Does Ninja Meow's teeth have something special about them? I bet they do.
I'll just let you try and figure it out for a minute.
Do we just take it back to those rooms with the Sphere of Annihilations and just throw it in there?
They're probably disabled by now, I would think.
It's full of
Oh.
souls.
Oh, are they powered by him?
Wouldn't we not want to flee these souls?
That's
This
different
is
lore.
like a massive central bank of soul coins.
Oh, I don't. I've heard stories from people who went to Avernus. I'm not interested. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm.
it's a fine place. And in fact, when you die, if you're not busy, I could hook you up. I know someone there.
I have some connections myself actually too, but it's not a place that I plan on going anytime soon. But I have no problem sending Acererak there once we break the phylactery.
Man, do
Do we need to touch the end of this fucking pole thing, like the gold end to this marble? The same way we've been opening all these doors.
No.
Yeah, I figured that would be too stupid.
Although there's a thing that you can do with the crown. If you touch the silver end of the crown, I'm sorry, the silver end of the rod to the crown, it instantly kills whoever's wearing it. So if you put that on top of Acerak's head and touch it to that, people have won like tournaments doing it that way.
I see. So if we were to, like, I don't know, put this crown if we were to put this marble thing on the ground and we put the crown around the marble.
Doesn't work.
Darn. Casimir, you got off real lucky.
Yeah, if you had touched the silver end, you would have instantly died.
That would have sucked. Whew.
I wasn't the one who was doing that. I gave the crown and the scepter to someone else.
I thought you wore it.
Yes.
I know Sylveon wore it, but
Sylveon.
I could have sworn Casimir wore it at one point too. But
I
yeah,
think I just
No,
took
he was
it
busy
off.
goofing around with that orange gem.
that's right.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yes.
right.
You put me in danger? Are you kidding me?
It's never happened before.
You lived.
All right, so
Everything's fine.
we have a phylactery. We must
I'm
destroy
trying to.
it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
We
The
must-
doctor knows already, so it's something obvious. Like he's the way he's telling me this, like I'm a 4-year-old, means that I'm missing something incredibly obvious. But at the same time, all I see.
You didn't- Did you
the
try
most
to smash
obvious
it?
thing would be that you have a force-powered hammer.
I mean, I did, but I'm no longer raging, and smacking it with the hammer didn't do anything.
Ah.
Yeah.
You tried to have the clay golem smash it too. That didn't work.
Yeah, and the clay golem couldn't do it either. And then Casimir's sword just glanced it.
Can I Eldritch Blast it? Because that's force.
You can try.
Maybe it does just have to be hit with straight up magic.
Doctor, I'm going to Eldritch Blast as an experiment. I will try not to destroy it, but only as a taste.
I'm going to swallow it like a pill if this doesn't work.
So that I may...
So the doctor puts goggles on himself and on Ninja Meows.
Lombard closes his eyes, seeing the doctor do
Everyone,
this.
will you please give us room. Clear and fire.
Bzz.
It hits the gem, but nothing happens. It just rolls over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would have
Not
thought?
that easy to destroy a phylactery.
Who would have thought that the most powerful lich's phylactery is actually hard to get into?
Disintegrate. I can cast that. I can do a disintegrate.
Do we say
No, don't do that. You're just gonna waste a spell slot.
do we say please? Do we just ask it? Do we be like, hey, do you mind? Maybe, please? Opening up?
Isn't it obvious?
No. Otherwise we'd have figured it out
Give
by
me the
now.
gem.
Alright. Somebody toss the doctor the gem.
Go on.
Okay, I
Here you
tossed the
go.
gem to the doctor.
So the doctor is still
We tossed it around.
the doctor is still up on top on the ceiling on Ninja Meow's back. So you toss it up to him, looks up to grab it, and he looks at it. He's holding it in his hands for a minute. He smiles a little bit, and he says, "Dear Acererak," the doctor condescendingly croons, "what did we learn?
What
Aside
did
from
we
the
learn?
obvious that liches get stitches, I do so sincerely hope that you understand that you were the architect of your own downfall. Your arrogance is what led us here, and it is the sole reason you find yourself on the brink of extinction. I suppose what I mean to say is that for all of your undead thralls, it's obvious why there are never any zombies near your inner sanctums. Zombies feed on brains. Society's natural
Fucking got him.
response to tyrants and evil is to overthrow them, just as the multiverse's natural response to you was to create an entire order to see to your being wiped out. Yet you thought nothing of the mortals who pursued you, and you didn't even take notice of the bard who joined the cult of the Devourer. Since you know everything, you should have known when to stop. It's a good thing you never had any offspring when you were alive. Thankfully, your personality was an extremely effective method of birth control. Besides, if I had a face as ugly as yours, I probably would have joined the cult of Vecna 2 just to get a free mask. While I have enjoyed our time together, all terrible things must come to an end. We just received a message from 20 minutes in the future. It turns out you're dead, and nobody gives a fuck. Long story short, the only difference between you and the mud on my boots is the mud is going somewhere. Right now, I got 99 problems, but a lich ain't one."
This man cast vicious mockery on Acererak like 17 times in a row.
That is exactly what the doctor does. He spits on the pulsating gemstone and then
damage.
casts vicious mockery. At first, there's a low growl, like the dismayed grumbling of an angry child or a spoiled dog. Then suddenly, the gemstone cracks. The howl becomes a
Lionsgate.
shocked gasp. The crack audibly spreads over the gemstone, is shattering, filling a hallway somehow instantaneously empty of all other sounds. No. Then, just as suddenly, the gemstone shatters into hundreds of pieces and a small puff of dust. A resounding shout echoes in your ears and down the hall. No! And within a few moments, the echo fades off into the distance as a gentle breeze takes the last pile of dust from the doctor's open hand. A feeling of relief washes over you. but it's short-lived as the ground begins to rumble.
Oh.
It intensifies quickly, and chips of stone spatter from the ceiling. There's a loud crack as one of the large stone walls adjacent to the mithril vault in which you stand splits open.
Guys,
Run,
we got
the doctor.
we gotta get out of here. Okay, let's go.
I can
All right.
dimension Doris.
Oh yeah, we could just
That
dimension.
doesn't work here, remember?
Oh, you're right. It
Not
doesn't.
allowed to teleport and all that other shit.
Oh, is that? So is
That's
that
why
not caused by?
Casimir, couldn't move through walls and all that other stuff. There's very powerful magic here.
Was that not caused by Acererak?
Yeah, but those are permanent enchantments.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, cool. Let's get the fuck out of here.
The structural
All right.
integrity of the entire
So in
vault.
order to exit the tomb successfully without dying or suffering possibly some permanent consequences, I'm going to need everyone to make 3 checks to flee the tomb.
Okay.
And like I said, there may be permanent and serious consequences for failures.
Uh-oh.
Nobody roll until I've described everything, okay? I want you to plan your strategy, and then we're going to roll them one at a time. First, to spot the crumbling waste before it destroys you, everyone's going to need to make either an intelligence investigation or a wisdom perception check. Second, to evade the crumbling waste as it unexpectedly comes down upon you, or to force it out of the way or shove it, or enough of it, I guess, out of the way that you can allow party members to progress back towards the entrance. I'm going to ask you on your second check to make either a strength athletics or a dexterity acrobatics check. Third, to work together to fit through tight or unwieldy spaces quickly enough to avoid certain burial and being crushed to death, I'm going to need everyone to roll a wisdom survival check, or to react to others hurting you out of the way towards safety, roll a dexterity saving throw. So, one at a time, it's going to be investigation or perception. The second is going to be athletics or acrobatics, and the third will be a survival or a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so just to show you how this is going to go, first things first, I'm going to run Mao through this. So the first one is going to be in athletics, which Mao does a real good job of athletics the whole way through. A total trooper from start to finish. Mao hauls people up ropes and pushes huge boulders out of the way and all kinds of shit. And then this is going to be, I'm sorry, the first one was supposed to be investigation or perception. Let me back up. Okay, Mao's going to roll perception, and Mao passes that as well. So Mao is also a scout at the front, pointing at rocks as they're about to fall, things like that. And finally, we've got a survival or a dexterity saving throw. Mao escapes the tomb unscathed. Okay. So we've still got Lombard, Sylveon, and Casimir.
That was quite the flourish.
The doctor will go last.
All right.
Now, each one of you is going to get one of the doctor's 3 remaining bardic inspirations. So on one of these rolls, you can roll a d20. Or, I'm sorry, a d12 in addition.
Okay.
Of course, I'm not telling you what the DC is. So, let's see. Let's just have, for shits and giggles, why don't we have Lombard, Sylveon, and Casimir roll initiative?
Alrighty.
So Casimir will go first.
Probably.
You didn't have your token selected again.
I did. Oh. I did not.
So we lost Jay.
Jay frozen?
Oh, he's frozen. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, then he can go last. Let's
All right.
Lombard, let's have you go.
Sure. All right. So it does say, obviously, I can choose to use the Bardic Inspiration after I've rolled, but before you tell me whether it passes or fails.
Correct.
So
So first things first.
First things
it's gonna
first.
Be
I'm gonna roll
investigation
a.
or perception.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a perception. And I'm gonna add bardic inspiration to that one. So give me 1
You
second.
sure? I mean, that's just average.
I don't trust it. That was a 1d12.
That is correct. Woohoo! That's a
So that gives me a
22.
22.
Pass.
Okay. The next thing I'm gonna roll is an athletic. It's a 29.
That passes with flying colors.
And then the last
The
one.
combination of you having mad strength and also flying on your way out, I assume, is real helpful getting people out of this place.
What can I say? I'm a goddamn beast. Alright, the last one I'm gonna roll is survival.
Okay.
19.
A 19 also passes.
Ah, thank fuck.
Just barely.
Yeah, see, that's what I was
So
afraid of.
Lombard escapes the tomb unscathed. Sylvian, you're up. Investigation or
All right.
perception, please.
First, I investigate.
You're able to tell from your grasp
Second.
of geometry where it is. Lots of things are going to fall, where spikes are going to come out of the ground, and all kinds of shit like that.
Second, acrobatics. And
That
I
is a
use my
12.
inspiration.
That is a 19 that also just barely passes. You get a couple of near misses. You get hit with some dust as it billows out from crashes next to you, but nothing has hit you so far. And finally, that's going to be
This is
wisdom, survival, or
intelligent.
dexterity saving throw.
I must use my dexterous saving throw.
Oh, wow. You escaped the tomb unscathed. Nicely done.
Okay.
Who
Okay.
will pay for this dry cleaning? All right, I'm rich. Never mind.
Casimir, are you back?
So my computer's decided to do a BIOS upgrade, so that's taking
Ah,
a
fantastic.
while.
No worries, no worries. I just gotta move us around a little bit.
BIOS upgrade?
Your face was stuck, like,
Yep.
on the screen, just looking at us.
Yeah, we thought you were just like
Oh
really
my
just happy to be
God.
there. It's awesome.
Okay.
Always.
So are you
Okay,
able to like make rolls and stuff? I don't know what your situation is exactly.
I am
Playing from your
not
phone?
able to make rolls. I'm using my phone right now to be here.
Okay, so what happens? Did you hear the description of what's happening?
Yeah, I heard the description. I guess me using my wings of flying and then using an action and a bonus action just dash my way out with what is it?
Sure.
180 feet of movement per turn.
Sure, but you're also going to be needing to hang back enough to like help people out of holes and shit like that.
So I
The only
kinda
way
just
we're
go
going to
like,
get out of
hey.
here is a team effort.
So the whole finger
left
guns
us.
like you guys
Oh my
got this
God, he left
fish on the outside. It's not gonna be.
I'll see you in the
wanna
gift
do
shop.
that? Because I'll come up with a bunch of different checks for you if that's what you want to do.
I mean, no, this is okay. I think I've probably be alright helping everyone.
I just want to be
Alright.
like the girl in Jurassic Park going, he left us.
All right, so I'm going to need you to make either an intelligence investigation or a wisdom perception check in order to spot things falling from the ceiling and shit like that.
That would be an investigation, but I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure what my.
It's +8.
Okay, so
Want me to
chance.
roll it for you, or?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's a 25, so you're able to spot things very, very easily.
Whew.
And you're able to communicate that effectively to the party. Next is going to
Alright.
be a dexterity acrobatics, I'm sure. You're probably not going to want to roll athletics, right?
No.
That's a 35. You really shine getting in and out of here, especially with those wings of flying. You're dodging it like you're playing like a racing game or something. Okay,
Nice.
The third thing is wisdom, survival, or a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you know it's Dex all the way.
Yeah. That's a 19 that barely does it.
Okay.
One of the
Oh,
stones
11,
almost catches you by surprise, but you manage to roll off of it.
4 of us are out.
Okay, finally the
We
doctor.
had a bardic inspiration, so.
He did have a bardic inspiration, but you didn't need it.
Come on, Doctor.
Okay, the doctor now.
Ninja
The
Leos.
doctor's passive investigation is enough to pass this check, so that's not an issue. And then we've got acrobatics or athletics. My acrobatics is +9. Ooh,
Oh no.
that hurts. So on the way
Oh,
out,
God.
the doctor's like climbing out of a hole, and a huge slab of stone comes and takes one of his legs clean off.
Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Okay, and the last one is going to be survival or a dex save.
Dex with one leg sounds kind of harsh.
Yeah, wouldn't that be like
Believe it or
this?
not, Dex is still... No, he's on Ninja Meows's back. It doesn't really matter that
Oh yeah, I
much.
guess that's a good point.
So my dex
Gotta
save is
hold on.
+9, my survival is +8. I'm going to roll the +9. That's a 28.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone is able
got
to
the,
escape the tomb. I got the worst of it.
You got the tourniquet on.
I'll probably just
We must repair your leg, please.
cast regenerate or use the ring of
Maybe rest
regeneration or
forward.
something like that to get it back. It's not an issue.
That's fair.
However, the siren and the clay golem do not escape the tomb. The
Ah.
siren gets smashed by a gigantic stone slab, and the clay golem heroically holds the entrance open as everything is falling apart, just long enough for everyone to escape before he is crushed. When the party escapes the tomb and just before it caves in completely, the hill rumbles. Everyone, the whole army that's nearby, flees in a panic as the ground shudders. After about a minute, the ground quakes. The section of the hill in which the tomb rested sinks into the ground. It plummets hundreds of feet, leaving behind a huge empty hole in the earth. The rest of the area, however, remains miraculously untouched.
And from the earth, Gundam Acererak emerges.
So the Doctor and Sylveon are both still alive, so they're able to open a teleportation circle back to Nyanzaru, so the wounded people who were injured during the battle, the Battle of Skull City, can be
I let you
treated
draw the
easily.
circle since you've got a baby leg and one leg, and so you're just automatically walking. in a
Hey,
circle.
thanks for interrupting my epilogue. Word spreads like wildfire. Acererak is gone. The hero's success heralds a new era of peace and prosperity across the realms. The weight of the Acererak threat, being lifted from the world makes it a brighter place, now full of yet more promise and bounty. The ever-looming threat of tyrannical governments and evil forces being overthrown or deposed by the adventurers that sealed Acerak's fate weighs heavily on evildoers across the globe. The Doctor states that his warlock powers are gone. Acererak has no power here anymore. Fortunately, with his pact refunded, he is able to complete his lore-barred journey. The Flaming Fist, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Red Wizards of Thay, and the Nyanzaru Royal Navy still have an armada of ships to take back to the other side of the world. Casimir rather enjoys the open sea, so the party takes one last journey together, a leisure cruise back to Nyanzaru. It takes the better part of 3 months to resurrect everyone that fell in the battle at Skull City and in the Tomb of Horrors. The Doctor waking up to use his magic to revive the fallen, then taking a meal, a few swigs of rum, and going back to sleep out of exhaustion. Once or twice the weather is bad enough that the Doctor has to be roused to cast control weather, but otherwise the seas shift from clear and breezy to rainy and windy, both ideal for making good time across the sea. One day, a dragon turtle is spotted approaching the armada. However, an ancient crystal dragon flies over it, and it thinks better of engaging both an ancient winged dragon and an entire armada of mortals. While on the voyage home, Sylveon goes below decks to rustle up some of the loot to gamble with, only to discover that one of the loot bags that was originally filled with 50 gold piece gems and 10,000 platinum pieces seems somehow to have become 10,000 copper pieces and 1 gold piece chunks of quartz as he's dumping it out on the floor in front of his gambling compatriots.
Damn. Oh,
We
bruh.
also find out that the weapons were a spear of backbiting, a berserker axe, and a long sword of vengeance, all of which were cursed, decursed, and thrown into the ocean.
Perfect.
In any case, Sylveon's gambling compatriots' laughter echoes up onto the poop deck, where the doctor makes the final resurrection. The cat known as the Cheat.
Ah, yay.
The small cat snaps back into consciousness with a confused blep
Nice.
as he scurries off towards his owner. The ship comes alive with a rousing sea shanty.
Good timing on the music, too.
And the doctor begins to play his concertina. The rest of the trip home is a delight, a true pleasure cruise. Casimir takes up the role of Armada Supreme Commander and positions the fleet to take best advantage of the winds and currents for a safe trip home, and in record time. All the while he dreams of what he would do with his own armada. Mal becomes known as He Who Wrestles Sharks, as his hunting abilities allow him to track and down sharks. Over the next few months, he collects an impressive array of shark teeth and full shark jaws from the sea beasts that he's successfully wrestled with and slain. Sylveon manages to lose more than his share of the coin in Acererak's hoard, but the rest of the team pitches in to support his habit while on the high seas. Lombard chronicles the journey from start to finish, and by the time our heroes reach Nyanzaru again, he's written an entire accounting of the party's journey, from the initial recruitment of Zeus Masters and the others, to the horrors of Chateau d'Eclipse and its master Neulanter, to the final confrontation with Acererak in his phylactery, the Tomb of Horrors, and the journey home. He calls it Over There and Back Here Again, a barbarian's holiday.
That's exactly what I'd call it. How did you know? I told you not to look until it was done, Doctor.
Can I say I'm a big fan of The Hobbit?
I have to send it to Goldstein Publishing and Company.
Aside from medical duties, the doctor can be seen cavorting with Sister Cass and some of the priestesses. They drink and laugh into the late hours, and often only leave his cabin to visit the privy for days on end. Even Magzira can be found in the doctor's chambers from time to time. When the fleet finally arrives back on the other side of the world, now about a year since they set out to end the scourge of Acererak, they are welcomed into port with a hero's greeting. A lengthy parade in the streets signifies the end of a tyrant and the beginning of a new epoch. The various factions that once united to bring down this terrible threat part on far better terms than they had previously imagined, and to that effect, they sign a charter called the Magna Charta.
Nice.
It signifies that if there ever appears another threat like Acererak, another multiversal evil, or another power that could threaten the entire world or a multiverse, that they would reunite under the wisest and most intelligent leadership available to them in order to confront this threat. Casimir Brandis hears the call of his patroness, the Raven Queen, who urges him to cleanse Chult of the ever-present undead threat. After a long and bloody campaign, Casimir slays no fewer than 1,000 undead single-handedly, and and puts to rest many ancient evils, like the green hag Nanny Poo-Poo at Mbala, which we skipped. Finding unlikely allies in the Order of the Gauntlet. That's her name.
That's amazing. Holy shit, I can't believe I didn't read that.
Finding unlikely allies in the Order of the Gauntlet, aligning themselves with him alongside the more likely allies of the Royal Nyanzaru Army and the Army of New Omu, the destruction of the Undead Plague becomes a chapter in Chultan history. Over the next several generations, Nyanzaru and New Omu would flourish wildly and open trade routes to enrich each other's economies. Within a century, New Omu envelops Nyanzaru, which in name makes them part of the kingdom, but they retain their sovereignty as a vassal city-state with territory extending throughout the northern reaches of Chult. When the deed is done, Casimir's wandering heart returns to thoughts of the sea. His prowess as a warrior grants him no shortage of followers, and his station as the one-time merchant prince of fishing in Port Nyanzaru has left him with no shortage of ships. Over the next decade, he amasses a fleet, and at first, he takes immediately to piracy. However, boredom and lack of meaning to his deeds lead him to becoming a buccaneer against evil nations and pirate organizations. Before long, the oceans the world over become safe to travel, and Casimir Brandis becomes known as the Horn Prince of the High Seas, then the High Horn Prince, and then simply the High Horns. Lombard Goldstein returns home to Waterdeep to visit his mother. She instantly berates him for not maintaining better contact with her while on his travels.
You never
Tends
call
to be
me.
embarrassed and ashamed, knowing full well that his deeds were worthwhile and contact from the other side of the planet was often impossible. But most of all, that his mother still loves him very much.
She wouldn't understand even if I told her anyways.
While berating him, she invites him in for some tea and cakes while they catch up, and she helps him edit his book. Sometimes after it becomes a published work and an all-time worldwide bestseller, Lombard realizes that his income from so many streams is going to require an almost limitless amount of bookkeeping, and he all but retires into paperwork with the greatest happiness.
It's what I
Sylveon
do.
loses millions and millions of gold pieces to various figures over the next few years. Part of the time, he is just fueling his gambling addiction. As he parties his way across the realms, he makes a name for himself as something of a playboy. However, while in his travels, he also realizes the power he has to uplift the disadvantaged. He often plays a simple game of guess what number I'm thinking of to impart 1,000 gold upon a poor family who shows kindness to those around themselves. Nonetheless, the money eventually runs out, and so does his patience with mortal affairs. He travels to Avernus to be at his lady Zariel's side and deal death in spades to the demonic incursions from the river Styx. However, much to his dismay and also his fortune, one day a group of adventurers returns Zariel's sword, restoring her angelic form and station. Sylveon is left in the Nine Hells, surrounded by his former thralls, former thralls. Zariel's, that is. And at first he is heartbroken. But he simply plain shifts to the Seven Heavens to follow her. She expects that he will no longer choose to follow her because her allegiance and disposition has changed much. But Sylveon only cares for the fact that her prowess as a warrior is unequaled in all existence. Impressed, Zariel offers Sylveon the Celestial Warlock Pact. Sylveon, how do you answer?
I say, my lady, it would be my honor to serve you in any capacity that you see fit.
She says kneel.
DeGrasse Tyson.
I kneel and bow my head.
She takes a giant, angelic, glowing sword, touches you on both shoulders, and says, "Rise now, Sylveon, holy arbiter of justice on the world of Toril." So, whenever you get a chance, change your Warlock Pact to the Celestial and change your alignment to Lawful Good.
Aha.
Perfect.
Mao and Syrup disappear into the
About the
Chultan jungle.
gambling and the lawful good.
We also have a group hydrate because,
Lawful
the baby
good.
green witch does think that we must have gotten pretty thirsty after kicking Acererak's ass. We did it. We did it.
My lady, how do you feel about gambling now that you are angelic?
Lawful.
From out of nowhere, from across the plains, a giant cat paw covers Sylveon's face. Mao and Syrup disappear into the Chultan
Very
jungle.
clear message. I thank you, my lady. And I immediately kick open like a seedy bar, and I go, "Who here is fucking evil?"
Oh, shit.
I didn't write that part. Okay,
Well, no.
attempt number 3 now. Mao and Syrup disappear into the Chultan jungle. After months of living in the wilds, Mao returns from the undergrowth to use his share of the party's accumulated wealth to purchase a great swath of land in the middle of the Chiltern Peninsula to assure that dinosaurs do not become extinct. The Principality of Mao becomes the world's largest wildlife preserve, and the city of New Ishao is built over the sunken city's ruins as a port to bring in endangered species and injured or sick animals. There.
Hell yeah. That's fucking sick.
The island known as the Dawn Warrior, here, becomes the world's only Tyrannosaurus rex colony, fed entirely by the native giant snake population and the giant fish that swim into the island's shallow inlets. The Doctor uses a portion of his share of the party's fortune to build a medical academy the likes of which the world has never known. The safety of the seas and the greater interconnection of teleportation circles the world over allows Nyanzaru to become a metropolis greater than any other in all the realms. As a direct result of Thay being banned from the teleportation network and access to the medical school being limited, the nation of Thay deposes their lich masters after several centuries of oppression. The magocracy is replaced by a meritocracy, where unfortunately, at least at present, the rich still hold the lion's share of the nation's wealth. However, this is changing quickly as more and more of Thay becomes modernized and joins the emerging world in harmony. In this new world, the Order of the Red Wizards becomes synonymous with library science and sages. A wish spell restores the youth of Syndra Sylvain, and she is found to be quite enchanting as the gray in her hair blooms into medium brown. She, merchant Princess Quayote, Sibinseni, Mother of Prosperity, and many beautiful girls across Chultan the realms give the Doctor many heirs to his fortune. However, through the use of magic items like potions of longevity and the use of his wish spells, he does not plan to age. He takes no formal title or position of authority, other than headmaster of the Royal Chultan Academy of Medicine. He does, however, maintain an ear at positions of power throughout the world, doing his best to avert humanitarian crises like wars, famines, and plagues. A silent partner in great dealings, his reputation as a scholar and gentleman and something of a playboy and a party animal precede him throughout civilization. The party makes a pact to reconvene once a year for the Festival of Returning in Port Nyanzaru. Owing to the group's profound fame and fortune, of course, the Day of Returning has become a yearly 10-day-long festival. The week's festivities kick off on Wednesday with the original Day of Returning, where the Doctor now brings no fewer than 5 people back who were taken before their time. The second day is known as the Day of the Fallen, where the city is all but silent in reverence to those who were slain by Acererak or his Order of Terror, Rosnasi and his cult, or any of the pervasive evils that have plagued Chult's storied past. On this day, everyone stays with their family and loved ones and eats a banquet meal culminating in a silent toast to the fallen before dessert. On Three's Day comes Kazmir's Day. In honor of the world's most cunning warrior, people play good-natured pranks on their dear friends and loved ones. When pranked this way, one can only feel loved and honored, for that has become the tradition. Organizations often line the streets for elaborate practical jokes between churches or rival business interests, and water guns find themselves into everyone's hands as everyone but musicians, chefs and cooks, and bartenders are repeatedly and welcomely drenched to staunch the summer heat. In honor of the beastly ferocious warrior, a Mao's Day begins with bird calls in the morning, and reverence is paid to animals of all kinds. From the smallest insect, bird, and cat to the largest of dinosaurs, all are well fed on this day, and veterinary services are hosted free of charge. Mao's race begins at midday, with the great lion's share of the city's thoroughfares cordoned off for the epitome of all dinosaur races. In order to be even seeded for Mao's race, a champion racer must win all the prerequisite matches throughout the year. When the Royal Nyanzaru race king or queen is crowned, there is a parade from the harbor to Tiryuki Anchorage, here, where the winner of Mao's race is treated to palatial accommodations until such time as they are dethroned. Fives Day ushers in Lombard's Day. To honor Chult's most stalwart defenders, citizens and visitors alike are given to take an accounting of the kindnesses they have been shown by their friends, loved ones, and even strangers. People are encouraged to thank everyone on this list, and the tradition has quickly become a giving of gifts. Traditionally, extra spicy chili fish is served on this day. And in the evening, children play in the streets with toy lanterns shaped like hammers.
Could I add something there real quick? Maybe it's also a game for younger people to try to steal the chili out of each other's plates. Okay, that's all I had. Sorry. Nice flavor.
And everyone has to eat with like chopsticks that have hammer heads on them.
Oh, 100% weighted chopsticks. Let's go.
All right. Where were we? The festivities really ramp up on Sylvian's Day, where the entire city hosts mock gambling for fake currency called sauvages, typically wooden chips or coins with sausages on them. Stalls in the Grand Souk and the Red Bazaar give prizes when people win sauvages at their stands. All of the fine establishments are open to the public, free of charge on this day, and everyone is expected to bring out their best food and wine. The beggars' palaces are emptied out, and everyone living there is given fine clothing and housed in the merchant prince's homes for a day and a night. Richard's Day signifies the end of the 10-day drawing near, but also the beginning of the real party. Casks of ale, wine, mead, and all manner of beverages are brought out to all corners of the city and given freely to anyone with an empty cup. The doctor's endowment, which really is from the university, or at least that's what I'm saying for tax write-off, funds a large cookout big enough to feed the entire city. All businesses except medical and security are closed as everyone takes to the streets, and Nyanzaru becomes a tremendous block party. Music and dancing go late into the night, and several large venues host specialized music events. Overly flirtatious or even lightly debaucherous behavior is often overlooked or forgiven as long as it's performed in the spirit of revelry. During this time, people are urged to keep away from working, and instead only to enjoy themselves. It is often said that you've won the day if you stayed up partying until sunrise. The festivities continue throughout the 10 days end with special events, magical exhibitions, and musical acts, often accompanied by magical exhibitions. Accompanied by free food and drink until the next Wednesday. In general, there's a quiet hour from sunrise to sometime between 10 a.m. and noon when the party starts again. Many restaurants open during this time to offer hangover cure foods high in protein and electrolytes to prepare the city for another day of revelry. Five years after our heroes have dealt with the Acererak threat, they gather for the day of returning in the Hall of Ceremony. The Doctor is just finishing his fifth resurrection, a medical student who was trampled to death by a dinosaur in a horrible accident mere days before her physician certification. The young woman gasps back into life, and the onlooking crowd begins to clap and cheer. It's cut short, however, as purple bolts of lightning crackle into existence, and a portal emerges between them. I picture it sounding kind of like a lightsaber turning on.
Oh. Shit.
Emerging from the portal is a mysterious figure wearing a black cloak. The cloak is emblazoned.
Well, that just looks
Oh, Piccolo.
evil.
The cloak is emblazoned with the symbol of a broken, sundered skull.
Oh! Doctor, I think you know these guys.
As the creature begins to ascend the stairs, it speaks in perfect common. I am Zerthian, ascetic of Zerth and monk of the Order of the Bonebreakers. I am a Rakma Kalakith, shield captain of his Gitzerai hunting party sworn to hunt Acererak across the plains for his crimes against my people. You have succeeded where our entire order has failed for centuries. For that, we thank and honor you. The Gitzerai kneels and bows deeply. After a long moment, he rises again and removes the cowl from his cloak and begins again. However, Acererak is not yet defeated. His demi-lich form, the one that you defeated in his phylactery, the so-called Tomb of Horrors, allowed him to project his consciousness across the plains. There are 3 of these fragments remaining. 2 of them are within our reach. They will cost us dearly, but we will destroy them. The 3rd is far away in a place that is presently beyond our reach. It is a treacherous place called Dark Space, where the Illithid sovereignty reigns supreme. It will be some time before Acererak is able to construct another phylactery, as the construction of such a device requires either an inordinate amount of souls, or for you to sacrifice the person or persons dearest to you. No one is dear to Acererak, for he is loathsome and vile, and not even he has friends in the Illithid domain. However, hidden away in an ancient creche is a population of magic-using mind flayers, those called Alhoons, under Acerak's command. Heroes of Nyanzaru, I ask you now, will you travel there and finish what you've started?
Well, seeing as that was the plan to begin with, and now I'm finding out 1,500 days later that I did a bad job, then yes, I've got to go finish this. Jesus Christ. Somebody tell my mother I'm not coming back.
The doctor asks, but my connection to Acererak was severed. I joined his cult under the guise of being one of his followers, just to see if his power had waned here or not. To which the Githzerai replies, yes, Acerak's magic has left this world, but he lives. Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Young Skywalker. Sorry. I couldn't help
Welcome.
it. Well, I guess there's still work to do. And it means we're going to space?
That is correct.
Does anybody have a rocket ship? I heard they started making those somewhere.
No, but there is a new class of vessel called a Spelljammer. This can take you to other worlds.
Oh.
We can give you one such ship, but you will have to learn its operation and crew it yourselves. Our
Oh.
efforts will be stretched thin dealing with the other 2 Aceraks.
I see.
Well,
I never learned how to
sounds like a
drive.
task.
I have no choice but to do this.
I mean, I can.
This is the biggest
Can use
evil
a
there
ship.
is. I will, of course.
Man, level 20 mini campaign coming at you soon.
Yeah, level 21 shot.
Ooh.
The doctor says, yeah, I'm in. Let's do this.
I'm with you. What was their name?
His name is Zerthion.
Is that spelled with an
Zerthion,
X or
I
a
with
Z?
you. Point me at the evil that I may destroy it.
Spelled like that.
Right. Well, Zach, you kind of came and spoiled the wonderful celebration, but sure. Why not kill him one more time? Make it 3. What do they say? 3 times the charm? Yes. Ah,
They do say that, don't they?
indeed. I mean, as far as I can tell, if he just keeps popping up, we can just keep popping him right back down, but who knows? Maybe this will really be the last one.
This is it. There's only 3 pieces of his consciousness left. We just have to make sure that we kill him before he's able to construct a phylactery. So time is on our side, but if we fail,
You don't suppose he's got like 1,000 simulacrums just sitting around somewhere? Or clones? Or anything else?
the clone spell will not work on him because he's not alive.
Well that's good.
And I don't think Simulacrum's in his spell list.
Well, surely he could have someone cast it on him.
I guess.
Could be a lot of Aceraks around somewhere, just
Yeah,
buried.
but they would be much easier to destroy, and they're not like a permanent threat so much. The Simulacra absolutely cannot make phylacteries.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true. Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to. Well,
But it would be his mind, which does seem to be the most dangerous thing. Yes.
We've got him on the ropes now. We just need to throw the knockout punch.
Very well.
Absolutely.
And I'll be there to
Like
do
doing
it,
this-
hopefully.
I assume we have a paladin can zone of truth this guy, right? Is there anyone a paladin here?
No, trust me. I know
Make sure we're not getting.
we
involved in-
that's a familiar symbol. I think we're all right with this guy.
You do have the wish spell. You can just cast Zone of Truth
Alright.
from it.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
I
have
know,
access
but
to every
it's just
spell
with
from
all the
every miss
waving,
from
and
first to
Zariel
eighth.
has asked me not to alter reality every time. She's
Well, it's
asked
not
me to
though,
calm
because
down
you're
a
not
bit.
making an actual wish. You're just using it to simulate a spell.
The weave is altered. Anyway, she has a whole thing. It's not going great, is all I'm saying.
Well, if this means that
You're
I get to go
fine
to
with it,
space,
but-
that just means something else I get to write about. And then I can file all the things that I write about in their own files, and then I can put those files into cabinets, and then I can put those cabinets onto shelves, and those shelves into a room, and that room into a building.
Lombard,
I'm so
open.
excited about logistics.
Lombard, back to us. Yep. There we are.
Hey Z, can I keep the ship after we kill Acererak?
We will have no need for it. You're welcome to it if you succeed.
Wonderful. It would be nice to add to my collection. Perhaps I can start venturing across other, different seas. I quite like that, a change of pace.
There's a whole multiverse of sailing.
Of adventures, and hopefully find something to keep me alive a little longer.
Well, I mean-
They pass so quickly.
Well, I mean, Casimir, this boat's gonna go out of the water, is all I'm saying. I don't have to get seasick. I get to be on a boat. It's a win-win for me.
You are most likely, welcome to join me if you would like to.
Oh no, we're going
Travel.
to go get this thing. I'll let you know about the other
mean,
stuff. My mother would be very upset.
It is this last shard of consciousness thing.
What was the question?
How time sensitive is this? Like, should we get going or?
We should probably leave now, yes. Because we have to get him before he creates another phylactery. He may not have easy access to any of that, but it's not going to be, it's going to be his top priority.
Lombard grabs a tray of chili fish on his way out, just so he has something for the journey.
I pocket some rolls.
Anybody still have that Wanda chili fish that we had 5
Oh,
years
yeah.
ago?
We got to recharge that. Actually, you have it, Lombard.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
I
been
gave it to you in Moyle in case we didn't survive.
it's been like 5 years. I'm sure I've probably
Just go around
recharged it
snapping,
and used it and
chili-
recharged it and used it, and I probably recharged it here by refilling it with more chili fish.
Yeah, you have to go back to the restaurant to recharge
Like you
it.
can
remember?
stab people.
Well, I mean that was that was during Lombard Day. That was 2 days ago.
Actually, that's 3 days from now.
What? I thought this was near the end of the entire situation.
No. The day of returning happens at the beginning of the 10th.
Okay, my bad. I misheard. So, yeah, okay. Well, I guess then it's just been recharged through my mother's cooking, okay? So it's not going to be as good as it was last time. She doesn't really season things that much, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We've got chili, we've got fish, and white rice. Just don't expect any salt or pepper or cayenne.
Is this chili gefilte fish?
It's best if you don't ask what it is, actually.
Mon Dieu.
it's Captain G's for Goldstein. But all right, I guess we're gonna go on a new adventure.
A very nice. They do a very nice fish stick with the vinegar, the salt vinegar. I like that.
It do be good. It do be truly good.
My God, of course, the Acererak thing. Lead on, Z. Please take us to the. Take us to this vessel.
All right. We'll save the rest of that for when the adventure actually happens, shall we?
I suppose. But
Sure.
I'm so excited for getting to do more paperwork about things. The debrief took me 2 years to file. It was so nice.
All right, everybody, that concludes the campaign proper. Everything that we put together, starting with Tomb of Annihilation to a series of adventures, bridging it from Tomb of Annihilation to Tomb of Horrors. You see this guy? We beat him.
Twice now.
Total number of episodes?
This is 31 in the continuation. The original one was...
A bunch.
Yeah, it was a lot. We're probably close. We're close-ish to 90 to 100
Long
episodes.
time.
For sure.
It's definitely over 50.
Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
we can go to syndication.
True.
Unbelievable. I was right,
Long
though.
road.
We did it.
Technically, he did take me to 0 hit points.
We did it.
We did it indeed.
Cue the Dora
Well.
music. We did it. Well, shit. I guess we're gonna go to space eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun.
It will be.
Well, we'll
It
have
will
a good
be.
reason to now.
But all right. Well, I guess you're just gonna have to see that when it happens. And in order to find out when it happens, make sure you are following us by first joining the Discord, because that's the easiest way to do it. That's where you can hang out with us. You can hang out with other people, make some new friends, play some D&D. We've got some games getting ready to go on. We've got some other things fixing to happen. I'm writing music for things. It's fantastic. We're having a great time. You can also follow us on the socials. That's going to be your Twitter. That's going to be your Instagram, your TikToks, your Reddit. And you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel by clicking on the link that is down below the stream. If you scroll down just this little bit there, click the YouTube link. That'll take you to the CritCats YouTube channel, where you can see all of the past videos from the CritCats streaming Tomb of Annihilation. See how we got here. It starts at chapter 3. We go from Omu to this, and my goodness, what a journey it was. But all right, does anybody else have any final words? I mean, you know, this is it for now. We have the group that has made it to the end is here. Do we have any closing statements?
It's been a wonderful journey. And thank you to our wonderful DMs who have DM'd at different points. Especially Kenji, who's taken the bulk of the load.
Oh yeah.
It's been wonderful. And for anyone everyone who's been watching all the way through, good on you. Hope you enjoyed your time. We certainly have. And thank you for participating in this with us.
And though I joined near the end, I really enjoyed playing with you all, and I couldn't have wished for a better ending.
And we couldn't have done it either without all of the ones who have come and gone along the way. No matter what the circumstances, their help was necessary at times. We all needed them, and we're glad that they were along for the journey. And we wish them the best in their travels to the ye old 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee. But nonetheless, this has been CritCats. And we'll see you on the next stream. Do we have anything happening next week? Tavern Talk?
I think the next thing that we have in the books is Tavern Talk, but that's not till like June 20th.
Okay. Well, once again, get on that Discord. Make sure you check out the CritCats Discord, so that way you can stay up to date on when we've got things going on. So we'll see you guys in the next stream. We love ya. We'll leave ya. We have been CritCats. And this is it we're gonna dump the litter box. That's what's gonna happen now. It needs to get cleaned. It really does. It really, truly does.